What is up, everybody? What is good, YouTube land? And oh yeah, we only did it on YouTube this week. Couldn't remember if I did it on Twitter, the Twitter machine or not, but we did not. We did it on YouTube this week. So what's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing today? We'll be getting into the show here shortly. Episode 214 is today. For those of you just tuning in, of course, we stream every single episode that we record live, uncut, with some bonus coverage, your questions and answers. We give you answers to your questions if you have any. Feel free to drop them in the comments, and we will get to them on the break or at the end of the show. But what's good, man? How's it going, Scotty boy?
Fuck.
What?
I was waiting for the clock to hit, so we made sure we were past that 30 seconds. But
okay, yeah,
dude,
gotcha. Okay,
dude, it's like,
fuck.
Dude, it's been a hell of a week, man.
Yeah. I know you're in some pain. I know it's
dude,
it's been a rough one.
No idea. Oh, I know. And then I found out last night I got to take a fitness test on March 30th, which is basically a 2.5 mile sprint.
What?
So I've got to, So I somehow have to find a way to train for this, and be ready by the end of March. So it's like, crap.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So again, first words out of my mouth. I wanted to make sure that
we hit it the 30-second mark.
Past that 30-second mark.
We got you, YouTube.
Yeah. So we don't wind up with a
beep,
bleep
beep,
on there. That'd be a bad thing. So,
I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to get started here in just a moment. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk to you guys about. But like I said, leave any questions, comments, anything that we don't cover that you have a question about anything. It doesn't have to be exactly what our topic is. If there's something, question, anything you have, feel free to leave it in the comments. But about ready to kick off this week's show, man?
Yeah, let's get it rolling. We've got some fun topics to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and let's get it rolling.
All right. What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 214 of Let Me Get That Potograph. As always, my name is Drew, or the DH, and joining me, my awesome co-host, Mr. Scott. I'm in a hell of a lot of pain, Rappaport. What's up, dude?
What's going on, Drew?
Oh, not too much. Just getting ready for Dallas this weekend. Anyone?
There you go. I was going to ask you if you had any shows coming up.
Yes, actually have two. We've got Collecticon season kicking off, so...
Nope, there we go.
This weekend to be in Dallas. 2 weeks from now, 2 weekends from now, I'll be in Los Angeles. So,
want to third weekend in March? You want to come up to Chicago and run a table?
Yeah, I'd love to. I actually think we may be doing that. I'll discuss with the right people, but we might do that.
We will. We'll talk about that after the show because I got a conflict that popped up. Normally, I do that show. I've been doing that show for about 15 years, and. I got
we've got the manpower and I can make it out there and we don't have something already in the books, then maybe I'll be in Chicago in a couple of weeks. But yeah, got Dallas coming up this week. Just getting ready for all of that, show season kicking off. But speaking of kicking off, man, let's kick off the show. And I'm sorry, but last night there was a lot of stuff we got to talk about today. But last night took the cake. We're starting off with this. I fucking love it. It's awesome. AJ Dillion and his brand Dillion's Deals posted up on his Instagram his recent signing for Immaculate. In my opinion, this just made Immaculate with no quarterback autos outside of possibly some fake AR13s, which we'll talk about later.
Not to be confused with AR15s, which is a whole nother program.
Very, very, very different program.
Yes,
but he posted on his Instagram a signing of him at his house doing his signing for Immaculate, and he included inscriptions on pretty much everything.
Yeah,
everything, and included in this, which I want so badly, but I know it's going to probably command insane money. There is a mini rainbow included that is a knock knock joke, which he literally puts knock knock on one. Who's there? He does the entire joke. He said it's a 5-card rainbow. I mean, this dude put up so many funny inscriptions. And then my favorite on number 69 out of 99, he just put
boy,
nice. Like he's got everything. I love it. Hashtag the hobby on some of it. Like
I am disappointed though that he did come out and say that the knock knock joke is totally a dad joke.
Yes.
Like I want something inappropriate. It doesn't have to be, the language doesn't have to be. It's
right.
like when I worked in radio, we used to do this thing called the half-hour dirty joke.
Right.
Where it was dirty, but the lead up and then the punchline, which would be given 30 minutes later, themselves don't sound dirty because it was clean for radio. So he could do something like that where it stands out. It's like a dirty joke, but it stands out on its own. If I ever have the chance to do a signing like that myself, I'm totally like gonna piece out a limerick.
Oh yes.
Like put out the whole "there once was a man from Nantucket" thing on multiple cards going forward. So
well, I want to talk about what you just said right there. If you ever had a chance to do a signing, this is what I love. So obviously this was a signing specifically for Immaculate. He showed you the boxes that they sent him to him in and everything like that. He shows the whole process on a video over on his Instagram page. And I think it's on Twitter as well. Dillion's Deals is what you'll find it under. Just search AJ Dillion. But he took time out in this signing. He had fun with it, as opposed to all this stuff you hear the athletes talking about. Oh, I'm signing 1 million stickers. This sucks. The guys that have their friends sign for them. Some people might get tired and have their mom sign for them. Whatever the conspiracy you want to pick is.
Joe Montana's wife.
Yeah, lots of stuff, but instead he takes the time to have fun with it. And I love seeing that. And honestly, when you've got a product like this, Immaculate, autograph and RPA heavy, and you really have one quarterback outside of maybe Aiden O'Connell. I mean, if you want to collect him and see, I think he has a Tannehill type ceiling, but you've got one quarterback RPA and then a bunch of position players. AJ Dillion just made this a lot more fun and a lot more collectible to a lot of people. And so I love this idea. And I don't know if Panini asked him to. I don't know if Panini's saying, hey, we need help selling some of these products. But
here's the thing.
choosing Immaculate, it's the right product to do it on.
AJ has always been known as a collector. He's been in the hobby on our side of things, not just as the player.
No, he's a buyer. He's a huge buyer. He does live shows on on Loop, on all those different platforms.
I don't think Panini said anything. I think this is straight up all him. This is on his own. He made the decision to make it a much cooler card.
I agree. No, I 100% agree on him. I was kind of joking with the Panini part, just because with these products, and we talked about this when we spoke about not having the big quarterbacks to chase. When you get to these products that are RPA heavy, that's what this stuff leans on. When you don't have the RPAs that you need, you've got to have other stuff in there for people to want to chase. And you can't just recreate the product, you know what I mean, and leave all these people out. But now this kind of gives another little chase to Immaculate outside of just focusing on possibly forged RPAs and things like that.
You know what I can't wait to see with this one?
What's that?
I can't wait. Look, there's a lot of people that rip boxes that don't follow the hobby on social media, that don't follow, any of the podcasts that are out there that may talk about this. There's going to be some guy that rips a box of Immaculate and pulls the AJ Dillion card where it just says knock knock. And all of a sudden we're going to get a social media post like, what the heck?
Yes.
What?
It's coming.
It's coming, or they're going to get the middle piece of the knock knock joke,
right?
And nobody's going to know, the guys are like, the hell's going on here?
I just hope the punchlines pulled last. It would be awesome if the 5 cards actually came out and were pulled and showcased in a row, like knock knock and then who's there. Keep the punchline for last, Panini. I know you distribute in waves. Keep the punchline for wave 2.
Well, in theory, they're not supposed to know what's in each of those boxes.
Yeah, I know,
but
it's a joke.
But it would be cool to see those in order. It would be one of those things that would actually make things really cool.
Yes, it would.
But I'm not hopeful that that's actually going to happen. I think we're going to see the other ones pop up.
Yeah.
In fact, the punchline may wind up coming out
I just
first.
think it would be cool. But I love this right here. And, we talked a lot about inscriptions. We talked about them when they started. We predicted this is exactly where everything was going. But this is another level. I want to see how many of these were actually inscribed. It looked like from his video, he did pretty much the 99 run. He did a lot of those 99. But what he didn't show you were the 1-of-1s, the 5s. That I want to know, did he take his entire Immaculate run and decide, okay, I'm going to go crazy on this Immaculate run? Does this number 1 have a framing by all Bob Ross on us? Like,
I've got a feeling, knowing that he, is in the hobby himself, I've got a feeling that the lower print run cards, I have a feeling he left them alone. I agree, because he knows that they're collectible on their own. Just knowing that, hey, the shield is it's the 1-of-1.
The shield, I don't expect an inscription, but the 5s, the 10s.
I just think that he did that with the run of 99 only because, look, it's not a quarterback, and look, I love AJ Dillon.
Well, it's not a rookie, and he knows
except for his team.
He knows what the card is.
Yeah,
it's a triple relic veteran auto. Yeah,
exactly. So it's one of those things where I think he just made it interesting with the run of 99. I don't see him, doing that with anything numbered to, let's say, 10 or less.
Yeah,
maybe he tossed a couple in on a 25 or a 50, but
quite possible.
But this is something like this that is really geared towards the 99, like the the Wembanyama. His first card signed with that inscription was on a green to 99.
Yes, and
it wasn't on
super.
It wasn't the superfractor. It wasn't an orange or anything like that. It was the green to 99.
Yeah, just like with the Brady's as well. And the key cards, I'm pretty sure in those instructions, I'd almost guarantee you in that box of Immaculate, I know for a fact they get instructions on where to sign, all this stuff printed out. They're probably instructed on the 1-of-1s to leave it as a signature. I would assume, but I'm excited to see what those 99 are. And I just love when players do this. I think it's awesome. It's cool for AJ Dillon, and it's got me excited to see Immaculate, and it's got me excited to pull some AJ Dillon cards, which I've done a deal with him before, but I never thought I'd actually be, wanting to chase his cards.
And you mentioned, they show the player, they give him a diagram on where to sign, and there's still players out there that screw it up.
Of course they do. Oh yeah, like they're reading it. I didn't say they read it. Yeah.
There's still guys that'll like sign over their helmet or something.
No, they're giant white space. The guy reading it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward. AJ Dillon injecting some much needed fun into Immaculate, as it's going to be. I'm really interested to see how these big box RPA heavy releases play out right now. I've been waiting for this time of year. We are there, but AJ Dillon helping add an extra chase into this year's Immaculate. But Scott, let's move on now, man, because last week we talked about how Series 1 and Prism both came out. Also Prism and Napoli, everyone going crazy for all of that. But Series 1 in particular, man, did Topps have some fun and interesting surprises. Even got us trending on freaking Twitter for the hobby for a little bit. Thanks. Shout out to Collectibles Guru for the help on that. But
I want to clarify something really quick here, because so what happened was I saw the picture of the card. I sent you a text. I said, what the hell is this?
Right.
And the next thing you know, you're posting it on Twitter.
Absolutely.
And I'm getting credit for actually pulling the card.
Well, that was my misinterpretation of your text, because for people that don't know, Scott and I always send pictures of what we hit to each other on a consistent basis through our group chat. So at 11 o'clock at night, I get a picture of a hand holding a card. I think Scott just pulled something silly out of Series 1 because I know he rips a ton of it. And so I assume, made an assumption, we put it out there. But let's move on and talk about what's actually going on.
Yeah, but I just want to clarify, it was not me that hit the card.
No, it was not him that hit the card.
I'm like, what the hell's going on with this?
Yes.
Yes. It was more for laughs than anything else.
Absolutely.
But I love, so Topps did a couple of things. So one was putting the full-size Kevin Hart image on a card.
I love it. I love it.
And I will say that is a full-size Kevin Hart. It's not a miniature Kevin Hart compared to, it is a full-size
It's actually Kevin Hart. 2 size. It's 2 scale. Yeah.
Yeah, and Dwayne Johnson will appreciate that one, because I know he always picks on Kevin because of his height.
Yes.
But it is 2 scale. Kevin is actually that size compared to the players on the cards for the Phillies that he is but he's a huge Phillies fan.
Yeah.
And Topps decided, hey, we'll throw a little fun on there, and
they
Hart
put him on every Phillies card featured, or well, not every Phillies card, but everyone has a super short print that has a life-size Kevin Hart image embedded somewhere in the photo. So on the team photo, and any player that actually, not necessarily in the Phillies jersey, but anyone on the Phillies team. And it's numbered to 52, which is what I love, because it's
print run to 52. They're not actually numbered.
Yes, print run to 52.
Yes, print run to 52. So everybody's looking on the back like, oh, they screwed it up. They were supposed to be numbered on the back. I'm gonna send it to Topps and have them. No, it's supposed to be print run. Yeah. It's kind of like how they do the mini no numbereds for Allen and Ginter, or the black borders for Heritage. It is a print run to 52, not serial numbered.
But a great and funny little twist that they added in. But that's not all. And they added in one thing that I've given Topps, Panini, any company, we've given a lot of shit on this show.
Yep.
And we will critique you when we think something is wrong. With Series 1, I think the initial design is hideous. I love the parallels, don't like the design. But Topps did something with Series 1 that I think is one of the most brilliant things that has been done with the release in a long time, and I don't know why it has not been thought of sooner. But they have taken every single base card has one card that has first print above the team logo on it.
Wait, hold on. Is it every card, or is it just the rookies?
I believe it's every card.
Okay, because all the examples that I've seen have all been rookies.
Okay, it may just be the rookies. I thought it was every single card. It may be the rookies, but either way, it has first print above the logo. And what it is it's the first card that comes off of the production line. So literally the first card made.
Yeah, so what it does, if you're watching on YouTube, I've got a Series 1 up here. So right above, where this Rockies logo would be, it says first card.
Yeah.
And obviously this is not one of them. This is the blue parallel, but so there's that. I love it. I think it's an absolutely, it's absolutely amazing. It reminds me a lot of the old Stadium Club first day issue cards.
Yes.
Except they only made one of these, as opposed to, they made multiple of the first day issues.
Yep.
This is something that I am really behind.
Huge.
With what they're doing. Huge. And I'm curious, because there's also the Platinum 1 of 1 that's out there as well. And knowing that there's only one of these cards.
Right.
How is that?
Which one sells more?
Exactly.
And it's tough, because I posed this question in a conversation on Facebook. Topps actually announced with this that there's over 900,000 of every single base card.
Yeah, it's like 990,000 or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, so around 900,000.
Yeah,
and there's one with the first day issue. Now, granted, you say, yeah, but there's only one 101. Right. But that's just them changing a color and making a parallel as opposed to literally one out of all of the base cards. I personally think that it could surpass the 1 of 1. Now, obviously, the 101 has, a little more flair to it and everything.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see, how people go with that. But to me, if I have a choice of a 101 parallel or that first print, I want the first print all day long.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you on that. Now here's what I want to know too. Because these are not parallels, it's just the first sheet off of the printer.
Yes.
For for that card, is that card going to be in the pack where a hit spot or a parallel card would be, or is this part of the standard collation?
That's what I was curious about,
and I have yet to see one of these pulled.
So I was actually just looking right. I have been for about 5 minutes. I've yet to see. I cannot see any of them pulled yet.
No.
And that leads me to believe that it could. I think they're going to end up putting it in where the actual hits are, because they did those, like Filth Bomb and them did that like 1,000 case break or whatever the crap it was. In conjunction with Topps. I would think Topps would have told them ahead of time, like, don't just discard the base like you do with most of these case breaks. Like, you would think they would tell them, and because so many base cards are just thrown to the side. But maybe they didn't, and maybe this literally is. It came off the line. It was thrown right into collation, and it could be in the regular stuff. I will tell you now. Every pack I've opened, I've looked at every single card so far.
But here's the other question I have too. So they do the printing, first sheet for each card, whatever the case is. Do they then at that point swap the printing plates?
Right.
Because they would have to have a different printing plate. So now all of a sudden, maybe there's 8 printing plates instead of 4 that are possible.
They're not going to do a printing plate for. They're not going to at least release the printing plates for the first print. There's no way. There's no way they do that. I mean, that would be like saying they would do it for like a super or for anything like that. Like,
well, but remember, the super is not a special plate. The super is a coating.
No, well, this wouldn't be a super anyway. But
no, and this wouldn't be a super, and it's the same thing with the parallels. It's just changing the ink.
Yeah.
So the plates can remain the same.
I mean, I guess so, but I doubt it, because I think we probably would have seen one if there were plates as well, because then you're adding 5 instead of 1. So I think we would have.
You think we would have already seen one of the cards pop out too? With the
no one knew what to look. That's the thing, though. No one knew what to look for until a week into this. So there's a lot of people that probably have a lot they need to go through, and there's a lot that could have been thrown out.
Which leads me to believe that it probably was put in with normal collation as opposed to in a specific hit spot, because the hits have been upside down.
Once we finally get an answer to, it depends, because like in a blaster, if you get the holiday blasters, the holiday parallel is the first card, and then you've got the hits in the middle still.
And the first, but it's upside down.
Right. But what I'm saying is they've changed up where they're putting everything so much. It's quite possible that it's right in that hit spot area, but it looks like a base card. So why, if you didn't know about it for a week, you're just gonna flip right through base. All right, here's my rookies, flip right through, bam, here's my base. When you don't know to look for it, there's a very good chance a lot of these could be out there and they have no idea. Just
it's possible
in some of this stuff, but one that I do find, I'm definitely going to ask where it was in the pack.
Yeah,
I think it would be awesome if it was in the regular part of the cards, because the one thing I hate is how they've made packs to where every hit's in the same spot. Like, I want to open packs and not know where something is. Like, let me scroll through cards for once and just randomly hit an awesome card next to a couple of base. I don't need them all in the middle together or all at the back.
All right. Well, here's the thing. This is the other good thing, and this is nobody has talked about this.
Okay.
We are the first people to be discussing this. You didn't even know I was going to bring this up because, frankly, I didn't even remember it until just now. With the exception of the cards that are upside down, the hits.
Yeah.
The couple of blasters that I've ripped, a couple of hanger boxes and stuff like that I've ripped. I did not have to flip cards. There are no cards that are like some are upside down, some are right side up. When you're going through them, they're all facing the same direction.
I
have been begging Topps to do this for years because there's nothing I hate more than going through a pack of cards and be like, okay, well, I got this card here. No, wait, crap. I got to turn the pile upside down because the card's upside down. They're all facing the same direction.
Huh. Yeah.
So good job. Good job.
Yeah. Good job on that, at least.
Yeah. Somebody finally listened. And all of the cards are now facing the same direction. So, kudos to Topps for, finally hearing me out on that
one. All right. So, Scott, we've actually got some breaking news here right now.
Oh,
I've got I just got a message right here from someone that's watching the show, and there is some stuff from Immaculate, a very, very interesting thing that's going on right here. We're going to be talking to the person who found all of this later today. I'm just getting this right now, but those boxes of Immaculate that AJ Dillion showed in his video, Aiden O'Connell, who I mentioned earlier, his boxes were found apparently at a Salvation or no, where was it? It was in a trash bin near someone's work. They found a cardboard box with inside has every single Aiden O'Connell Immaculate card unsigned.
What?
So I don't know if his housing was near there for some time in Las Vegas or what, but just found, and this has not been posted anywhere. This is breaking news. I just got this text. I'm looking at every single Aiden O'Connell card, the sheet where they give him the stickers, the instructions that we were just talking about. Everything was found in a dumpster inside of what was probably the box they sent it to him in, but was found in a dumpster by work in Vegas. All of the 101s, everything, all of the Aiden Connell RPAs.
So much for there being more than one quarterback to chase.
Seriously, I'm going to be speaking with this person a little later today, and I'm going to try and help him get these back to Panini. And also, hopefully, we can have him on the show maybe next week, or maybe do a special episode or something. But I just got this in the news right here. We'll post everything coming up later today after I speak to him. But this is absolutely insane. I will post the pictures later, but every Aiden O'Connell Immaculate card, this is an entire box full of about 15 to 20 different card boxes that all have the particular card on them, and every card is unsigned, including the 101s. What the hell?
That is...
I just got this. This is why we record live right here.
Yeah. Right here. Because the random things that happen.
Wow. What
that
the hell?
That is, I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, there's multiple possibilities as to how that could have occurred. However, it sounds like the box wasn't even opened.
No, this is like the cards are in perfect shape. They're in order. He has pictures of them opening the box. You can see all the cards. They were not messed with. And the big picture that shows everything and shows all the boxes is inside of another just regular brown cardboard box, which I get boxes every month from Panini. It looks like a Panini box. I can even almost see the black tape with the Panini logo that they have across it. Yeah. So it looks like the entire Panini box was thrown in the trash. Now, this was found in Vegas near someone's work. Obviously, he could have had a rented home there, something like that. And left, and they just threw it away on accident. A lot of stuff that these players aren't keeping up with these cards unless you're AJ Dillion. But this is massive. We were just talking about how you had AR13 and then maybe Aiden O'Connell, and that's it on quarterbacks. And now I'm going to see if I can get him to send these to Panini immediately. Maybe they can still get him pack outs. Maybe they can throw a redemption in. But that's huge.
Unless there's a way to get him directly to AJ Dillon. Or not AJ Dillon. I'm sorry, Aiden O'Connell. So, unless there's a way to get him directly to O'Connell, if he's still in Vegas or something, because they maybe he's been looking for him for months and is just, racking his brain as to where they disappeared to.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I say, when you post it later, make sure you tag him too.
Oh no, absolutely.
But yeah, the good news is we have plenty of contacts at Panini, that we can help get these cards back to him. So, and I'm willing to bet they'll even send a shipping label for him. So the guy who found him won't even have it in there. Who knows? In addition to the shipping label, there may be something else in there for him too, which if I were Panini, I would absolutely be hooking him up with something.
Yes.
And by something, I don't mean a second place T-shirt for the Kid Reporter program.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't seen that going around lately, that is absolutely hilarious.
Yes.
Wow.
Massive breaking news. That's just crazy to me. Holy crap.
Yep, absolutely. And on that note, why don't we take a break?
Yes.
We will be back after this, unless you're on YouTube, in which case, stick around. We'll answer some questions.
Absolutely. Whoa.
Dude.
Holy crap.
I mean, somebody's clearly watching the show and said, "Hey, well, we found, the timing couldn't have been better."
Well, he said he's, and this is why you guys on YouTube get to, you get a little more information. I get this. It's a massive text. I'm trying to process all this information at once while we're doing this live. But this is, he had temporary housing and somehow this ended up in the trash. Yep. In a dumpster in Vegas. It's every single auto card in the Immaculate Run. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10 to 12 boxes worth. These things have not been touched at all. It's baffling. It's mind-blowing.
That is baffling, especially with Vegas.
This has not been told to anybody. Like, this was sent to me. They got permission from the person who found them to give us the information.
Yeah.
And I'm in the process right now of speaking with the person who does have them in their possession to get these back to Panini, because I don't know. The one thing I always worry about with this is, do these people, are they going to try and sell them? What are they going to do? What could they do with them? There's a lot of things that could happen because who knows, a random person found them. This guy's not heavily involved in the hobby at all. I can tell because,
but clearly he knew somebody who is heavily involved in the hobby, which is good.
Sent pictures immediately to him, so he hasn't,
which is really good news.
Any of this, and his first questions literally like, what do I do with this? Like, what do you do? Do you know anyone that can help? And so he pointed to
I know what to do with it. You trade it for the dead hooker and kilo of blow that was supposed to be in the Vegas dumpster. That's what you do with it.
Very true.
That you don't expect to find a box of unsigned cards in a Vegas dumpster. You expect to find a dead hooker. But that's just dude.
Yep, big time. But I'm going to be contacting, when the show's over, Panini and him to get these back in the proper hands. But
nice.
Wow, I love when news breaks on the show. But that was crazy. That was big news, and it just so happened that we talked about it about 10 minutes earlier, which was funny.
It's a good thing. Good thing we couldn't record yesterday because.
Seriously,
we forgot the kids were off of school.
Yeah, we would have missed AJ Dillon. We wouldn't have missed this. We would have missed the first half of the show almost.
Exactly. And while we're still on break, I do want to point this out. You showed this earlier, but going back to the auto inscriptions, awesome. Daniel, dude, always on point, dude.
Ziggy!
Brandon Cooks needs an auto to 99 inscribed. Here we go again. And that right there is the hobby. And I don't even know. Does Brandon Cooks know? Does he know that
he
what
has
that was
to
that happened?
By now,
it was so long ago.
Oh, by the way, while we're on break, yes, I think he does. I think he absolutely has to. While we're on break, keep all your kid reporters. Jude's old enough. So I'm entering in those. Ziggy, I don't know.
He wants those. He wants that second place T-shirt.
Yeah, Ziggy, rewind for a bit. There's some crazy breaking news that just happened. Crazy story that will be putting a lot more on social media, and we'll be following up shortly. But for those of you that have been watching, I will be in contact with Panini today, and we'll try and get those back into their hands immediately.
Yeah.
But
so yeah. I want to while we're still on break, I want to touch on this for a second because Series 1 hanger boxes used to have the Walgreens exclusive yellows.
Yeah.
The yellows are now in every hanger box.
Yes.
So there's 2 yellows in every hanger. I'm a little disappointed with that. I didn't want to put that out in the in the normal segment because it was all positivity around Series 1. But I want to say I'm a little disappointed that there's not that exclusive color.
Yeah. I'm just happy that Evan Carter's in it because now Jude wants to rip Series 1 a lot, so I get to open a lot.
I hit a rainbow foil.
Nice.
Evan Carter the other day. I also hit a downtown of Andrew McCutcheon. And no, I'm not going to call it the home team advantage because it's a fucking downtown. That's exactly what it is.
It is.
But yeah,
hit that. It's like Morgana and Pokemon. Same
exactly. It was a loaded box, dude. It was, and then there was a red foil of some Dodgers pitcher that sells really well.
Nice.
Yeah. But anyway, all right, let's head back.
I'll let you kick us back. Hold on, we got one question. Yeah. Do you think they made Series 1 with the thoughts on this will look? Yes, 100%.
Dude, we talked about that last show.
Yeah, we actually talked about that last show. This is 1000% made for fucking Chrome.
Yep.
The neon, everything screams Chrome, and I bet Chrome looks good. I'm still gonna hate the gradient. I think that's ridiculous.
So this is what I will tell you. I will say with the neon and the black gradient and all that kind of stuff, this is what 86 Topps would have looked like if the designers were Miami Vice fans.
Yes. Now
that's exactly what this is.
Now I will say the team colored. The teams that actually match with the gradient, like the Ellie rookie, for example, gorgeous. But the problem is when you use a colored gradient like that, not every team uses it. On some, it just looks like shit. Yeah, see, like that's beautiful, like stunning card. Everything else.
Although I will say because the team name has a little foil coating to it.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of foil outline.
And the Pirates stuff looks good too because of the yellow and the black looks solid as well. But you get like the purples or like the the Angels in blue doesn't really.
No, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work for me, but yes, it's made for Chrome 1000%. All right, you want to bring us back into the break, my friend?
Yep. All right. Yeah, I just want to put that stack behind my monitor there. All right. And we are back.
Yes.
For those of you that are listening on the podcast, go back and check out the YouTube feed because we had some bonus content that we threw in there talking a little bit more about Series 1 and a couple other things that popped up. So go check that out on YouTube. And hey, those of you that are on YouTube, by the way, hit that, it's always this way, the like and subscribe button down at the bottom there just to make sure that, you guys are getting updated and you'll know when we go on live, you'll know when we post new content and things like that. So, all right. So now that we are back, what is it? Another week? What kind of week is it when there's not some sort of scandal?
Of course.
And this may not be an actual scandal.
Right. Yes.
However, there was somebody that submitted a Prism Anthony Robinson auto.
Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson. Sorry, I'm not a football guy.
I know. AR13.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson auto to PSA for grading, not for autograph authentication, for grading. This is a pack pulled sticker auto from Prism, and the card came back. Do not holder. and they were questioning the authenticity of the autograph.
Yep.
That was it. Now,
well, then it came out that, and this is the funniest part to me, that it says Panini is being investigated.
yes, I was just
Panini
about
is not being fucking investigated. Panini's the one conducting the investigation, people. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Report, think
somewhere
before you spit.
PSA had to release a statement for this that says we are not investigating Panini. And let's be honest, PSA doesn't do investigations.
I was about to say, how the hell? What's PSA gonna do? Walk into Panini's offices and say, "What? We're conducting an investigation." Fuck you.
Yeah, no, that's
it's not how this works.
Like, I'm sitting there laughing. I didn't make any comments in any of the threads.
Me neither. Me neither.
I'm like, oh god. I'm like, let the stupid people just keep being stupid.
Just let it flow. It's coming anyway.
His autograph was slightly different than the ones that I had seen after I.
Oh no, it's
however
slightly different.
Well, but however, there were some people that threw out some IP autograph examples that look.
Well, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, it looked pretty close to the one that was on that sticker.
It looks very different, because let's be honest, he's the only quarterback with the autographs really that we've seen this year, major quarterbacks, and we don't have that many. And his first run, which was all these products up until now, where they got at the rookie premiere, he signed a certain way. Obviously, he got other stickers. Because he's signed since then, he signed a different way because the prisms look a lot different than his XRs, Chronicles, things like that. And if you look at the in-person signatures, it does have a lot of very, very similar attributes to his IPs. Me personally, I do not think this is fake. I don't think this autograph ends up being fake because I've not seen another one. And normally a lot of these would have surfaced by now. I've not seen another one that doesn't make me say, yeah, that's his auto right away. Like I don't see it. I haven't seen one on another product. And there's a lot of indicators. I do know what they look at. I work with very closely to PSA and their authentication department. I know what they're looking for in certain things. I'm not a forensic guy by any means, but I know the general things to look for and what they're looking for, and a lot of them hit. So I personally don't think that this is a controversy at all. I think that this is PSA
erring on the side of caution.
I was about to say, just saying, hold up, we haven't seen this come through yet on a sticker. So until we know for sure, we're not grading it. And what would you guys listening, what the hell would you rather have? You complain all the time about them making mistakes. So do you want them to hold off if they're unsure? Or do you want them to grade it anyway and then end up possibly grading a fake? It's a no-win situation for them. So you err on the side of caution.
Right.
I think that's what's going on here.
Now, here's where I think, and I don't fault PSA for not grading it and saying, hey, this is it's questionable. They didn't come out and say it's fake. They came out and said it's questionable. It doesn't look the same. What I would have done, though, if I was PSA, is I would, if I had questions, it was questionable, knowing that it is on a Panini sticker and knowing that it is a, pack pulled card.
Yeah.
What I would have done was I would have reached out to Panini, sent them some pictures, and said, hey, do you have any more information on this? Because this doesn't look like the other Anthony Richardson signatures that we have seen.
They have a department for that. Yes, the research and identification department. It's literally what their job is.
Right. So now, instead of just saying, oh, it's questionable, slapping the do not holder label on it and sending it back, let's give it a couple of days and let's see if we can reach out to Panini and figure out, hey, what's going on here? Because, let's be honest, they're not locked into a specific timetable to get these cards back like Beckett is.
Right.
It's, sometimes it takes a couple of weeks to get back. Sometimes it takes a couple of months.
Well, and autograph.
I'm not going to get into that.
Now, had this gone through auto auth and the authentication and the DNA department, because see, when you send something off to grade the autograph for PSA, it not only goes through the grading department, it goes through PSA DNA. DNA is a separate part from grading. since this one was just a grade, it did not technically even go through DNA whatsoever. Had it gone through DNA, not only would it have taken longer, they also would have researched it a lot more. I think if they had done auto grade, what you're saying would have happened. But since they just went through grading, they bypassed that completely. Now, if I'm PSA, if a card like that is bypassed and you know what putting that out there and sending that back to the customer, you know it's going to hit the internet, you know it's going to come out as a card, fake auto maybe, that's where I say, hold up, let's take it to DNA, let's call Panini, let's hit people up. I think because they didn't grade the autograph, it missed those people that would have actually done that job.
Well, but here's my question. If they're not, it's on a Panini sticker.
Yeah.
And it's on the correct card.
Yeah.
So my question is, why did they, and they're not grading the autograph, they're only grading the card. Why did they even look at that?
I have no idea. I have no clue. I have no clue. That's something that, I actually in Dallas this weekend, I'll be with PSA. I'll actually ask them that this weekend, and we'll actually put an update up on social media as to why, because that's a good question. Because honestly, when you do that, they're not looking at that autograph.
Yeah. Now I understand if it's not a Panini sticker that's on that card.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. You absolutely. Yes. You absolutely have to look at that. However, if it's on the correct sticker, and it's on the correct card,
right?
No, why are they even looking at it?
I agree. I agree. They shouldn't have, and that's why I was shocked when I saw. I've seen a lot of return labels from PSA, and there's about 5,000 different things that they'll put on that label as to why to do not hold, and it's so confusing. I've never just seen autograph on a card that didn't go through DNA. And so I don't know if now they very well could have taken it to DNA to check out. DNA said, hey, we can't verify it, but PSA hasn't come out to say that yet. And so we don't know, what they did, the process they did, if it hit the DNA side, but a very interesting case here. I personally think, like we said at the beginning, I think it's going to end up being real. I think that this is going to end up being real. Customer will probably get free grading, probably free express in the end when it comes out that it's real, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't see this as a massive big deal.
No, I don't either.
Now, now in 3 weeks, if 50 more autos come out and there's 19 different variations of his autograph, and there's, that's a different story. But from what I see right now today, I think this was just a simple hold up. We're not the DNA department. This looks weird, even though we shouldn't be looking at it. So we're just not going to grade it.
No, I would agree with that. But I think that, the big uproar over this wasn't that they failed it. It was, the fact that somebody came out and, was like, Panini, Panini's being investigated. No,
guys, no. First of all, the company would investigate themselves. Or they would hire an outside firm. None of that was announced, but Panini is obviously going to look into something like this. So they're looking into it. But no one, there's no government freaking intervention, anything like that. That's who would be making a inquiry into all this. But all this crap with Panini, it just cracked me up. I bit my tongue like you did because I've learned, but Jesus Christ. But so some AR13 autos, we'll see what's going on with all those. Hopefully we get a little more clarification, but I mean, if you ask me today, whole lot of commotion over absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Speaking of commotion.
Yes.
All right. So this may not be the most popular topic. However, racing season is getting underway. We got the Daytona 500 that ran yesterday due to the rain delay on Sunday. We have the Formula One season that's coming up. It's going to be starting shortly. And some major changes, obviously, that have been announced already in Formula One, with this being Lewis Hamilton's final season with Mercedes. And he's moving to Ferrari in 2025. But then a couple of other things have hit, and I'm curious from a hobby standpoint how Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari is going to change. 'Cause obviously, Ferrari's a legendary team within Formula One.
Oh yes.
And his first cards that come out with Ferrari, is there going to be a bigger demand than the first cards that came out, 2020?
Well, we kind of have a test subject that just came up this year, and that's with the Oscar Piastri autos.
Well, this is a slightly different.
Okay, well, to give everyone a background of what we're talking about here, Piastri in 2021 had his F2 card. So he had autographs, he had a run in F2.
Right.
This year, he's moved over to McLaren, a massive, legendary team in racing, and has his rookie card. So he's now got his rookie. So basically, that was like his prospect card in 2021. Well, on January 2nd, a PSA 10 orange auto from 2021 sold for $19.50. And on February 18th, from the new Topps Chrome F1, his rookie orange, ungraded, just sold for $4,000. Over double.
Yeah.
That's what the power of a team, and that's what I think the power of the rookie card logo in F1's case is going to do with these cards. But the team is what I think, because
but here's the thing. I think the team, he was with Prema Racing back in 2021 in F2. I want to say that that's a feeder program for McLaren.
It is. They knew he was going to be McLaren, but
so he's still he was a McLaren driver back then. He
wasn't in McLaren gear. It didn't say McLaren on it. And if you go with, I'm assuming the collectors that are going after this are also going to be a lot of people that are like NASCAR. And if it's anything like NASCAR, the rookie card logo matters much less than who they're driving for and what they're in. Like what car they're in, what is on the car, the sponsors on the car, who they're driving for. That's what seems to matter a lot more than the rookie card logo. Now, in this case with F1, I think it's showing you, at least with the Piastri, that the rookie card logo means a lot more than F2, because people wanted to know how those F2s were going to hold up. And he's really the first person to have a rookie since 2021 who was an F2 guy that's got a chance to actually do something in race.
Now,
so he's our first test subject.
Now, normally, I would say that the F2 cards would be higher because those are treated in the same way that like a first Bowman.
Well, and plus this was the debut year too.
No, second year.
Oh yeah, second.
2021 was second year.
2020.
Now, I've always been under the impression that the hobby was going to treat those like they treat the first Bowman.
Me too.
Cards, where they're going to be valued higher than the rookie card. But you've got to take into consideration that the majority of the Formula One collectors are not in the United States and do not follow baseball in any way, shape, or form. In fact, they probably don't even know how baseball is played.
A lot. Yeah.
They know, if you ask them another sport, they'll know how soccer is played. They'll know how rugby is probably played. But for the most part, the Formula One collectors are not in the U.S.
No, they're not stateside based for the majority.
No, and they're not. They haven't been around to the point where they they know that, okay, first Bowman versus rookie and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think that's even an even comparison. But I don't know. I still think that a 2-year-old, a card that came out 2 years prior to the rookie, especially as a PSA 10, both orange, both numbered to 25. So that's apples to apples.
Both licensed in the same set, different than college and pro, things like that. Even though they have different names on them, it's the same set.
Yeah. There shouldn't be a
double for ungraded too. One's graded a PSA 10.
No, there is the new product, aspect
the new product type.
2023 Formula One just came out. It's possible that this is the, whoever bought, there were two guys that are chasing a rainbow or something like that. And they're, they just bid it up really high.
Very possible.
But it's still, it boggles the mind. And they're both sticker autos. So I understand, okay, maybe one was on card.
Right.
Okay, that's fine. That's not the case here.
No.
This also could have been the first orange that hit the market. And
that's quite possible. It's 02 out of 25. But it was definitely the first sale and looks like what is the only sale.
Yeah, and with the 2021s, a multitude of the oranges have been on the market for several years. I mean, there's a lot of factors that you can throw into this, but I still can't see any justification outside of just two guys bidding it up because they're both chasing a rainbow. I can't see any justification why it would a raw 2023, even though it's got the rookie logo on it, would sell for double what a PSA 10 of his first ever autographed card in the same print run would sell.
Right. No, I completely agree with you. I'm taking a look at a couple of other sales right here. The orange, another orange did just sell. It looks like for around the same price. One of his Futuro rookie cards from F1, one of the inserts out of 50 just sold for $2,000. All these with the rookie card logo. So right now, people are highly coveting that rookie card logo. I want to see what this other sale is real quick. From 4,000, check up Card Ladder, see if we got two of them, but one of them at least we know was at 4,000, and that one's verified. I don't know if this one is, but this is kind of giving you an idea. Yeah, okay, so both were at $4,000. So this gives you an idea. It looks like that's what people are going after. So we'll see what happens with it, but it's a building, it's only 4 years old. And so we don't know how these cards are going to look and how this stuff is going to react. I mean, I do think it comes down to the rookie card logo. And I think also it comes down a lot to the team. Having it say McLaren. I know he was on their feeder system, but that's like saying it had Hickory Crawdads and he plays for the Rangers. Completely different. You know what I mean? Like having it say McLaren is a big difference. And so that, dude, it's big in the F1 world. And
that is true. But I still can't see it. I still can't see it being.
I can't see it being double at all. I'm trying to figure out, as we finally navigate this hobby, what is going to be chased after, what's going to be popular, and why it's so much more popular. But we'll just have to see what happens as this product, the newness wears off, Sapphire comes out, things come out like that. Then let's see some sales, and then, then maybe we'll see what's up.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
But on that note, man, I think it's probably a good time to wrap up today's show, at least the audio version. What do you say?
I would agree. Enjoy a trip to Dallas over the weekend. Got that coming up. I know it's always Dallas show is always a solid show.
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun.
Yeah. And
love going to Dallas. Can't wait. Cannot wait. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 214. Before we go, do want to thank our awesome sponsors, Zion Cases, Denver Card Show, Stand Up Display, Show Your Slabs, Slab Strong, Game Time Sports Cards, and Card Ladder. Thank you guys so much. We could not do the show without you guys. New article just popped up on Hobby News Daily. New iconic inserts. We look at the Press Pass Net Burners insert set this month. Oh, yeah. And, of course, also Hobby Hotline every single Saturday. At 11 a.m. I will be off for the month of March due to travel, but I may be filling in here and there, so make sure to check that out as well. And we've got a ton of content up on our socials. You're going to start seeing a lot more. We're going to have an update on the Aiden O'Connell situation. We may have a interview with the person who has them in their possession if they would like to discuss it. If not, we'll provide updates and hopefully get those back to Panini. But great show, man. Absolutely love the breaking news.
Yeah, always fun when that happens, especially when it's something big like this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week's show, guys. So until next week, you know the deal. Keep ripping those packs, pulling those hits, and we'll talk to you then. Peace. Thank you,
right.
guys. What's going on? Let's see.
So hold
Daniel.
on. I gotta hold on. No, take that one down for a second.
Okay.
Hold on. Now I want to touch on this one really quick here. Ziggy said, "All right, dude. So
you saw
think,
my? Did anyone see my photo? I
right.
photoshopped him on it.
Yeah. AR. So you think Ruben sent money to Nat and PSA to call attention and doubt to the Anthony Richardsons? All right. So here's the deal.
You're right back.
So the guy that posted the card was the guy that submitted the card. That was the initial uproar that came out about this. Had nothing to do with Ruben or Nat or anybody like that. It was just a ridiculous
Ziggy just
comment.
Fucking around.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous comment, but I just want to point it out. It was a ridiculous comment that gained legs for some reason because it was posted in a group with 40,000 people whom, maybe 39,900 of them have no clue about anything. So
absolutely.
Yeah, that's how it is. And then it just exploded from there. Yeah. And it's because like I said, if PSA really had anything to do with that, and they would not have put out the statement saying there is no investigation. There is so it's just people being stupid.
Christopher, I did want to address this real quick. The PSA DNA team does take that into effect. They have a research and ID department. They have a literal database where you search up I've actually searched the database myself, and you search the name it has millions of different variations, even to the slightest slant. So they keep up with that stuff very, very detailed. The question I'm going to ask is why the autograph was looked at when it was not gone through the DNA process, because it should not have been taken into effect at all. That card should have been graded and the auto completely ignored. And so I'm interested on that. That's what I want to know about when it comes to that situation, because the DNA team should have nothing to do with that.
Nope.
And that's where they would have caught that. And I've also never, like I said, see that do not return. I've never seen that flip say that before. So that's a new process. It may be when they still, I know for a fact they don't look at autographs when they grade. So I don't know how this one even happened, but it's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, I think it's
did it say do not return? I thought it said do not hold.
Do not holder.
Yeah, do not. I guess I could say that's a common. I've seen do not holder, but usually it's on and off. Like if it's altered or along those lines. But
yes, do not holder for autograph.
Yeah,
that's all. It's really weird.
Yes, really weird. Very, very weird.
But anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap up this week's show, I guess. We will have an update on the Aiden O'Connell situation. I'm gonna make sure those get back to Panini. I do not want those in the wrong people's hands. I'm actually gonna go work on that right now since we got that news during the show. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We stream every single episode live. Like I said, socials are gonna be huge this week and in the coming weeks with a lot of awesome footage. So make sure to give those a follow as well. Like, subscribe, all that cool stuff that they tell you to do on social media and all those other things. Scott, man, great show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And thank all of you guys for tuning in. We will see you guys next week. Probably about same time, midweek.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds about right.
All right.
Till then, guys, we'll see you later.
All right. Peace. And now the awkward silence.
Yes, awkward silence.